my second question was about the culture of data use in a state, right? And Adrienne and Vicky, you in particular, both talked about that or touched on that. But there are a lot of questions about how data should be used, how it shouldn't be used, how to make the best of what you have. And this is an area, again, where Illinois has done a lot of work. I'm looking at Robin, who has been just an absolute champion for that throughout her career, and others on this call, Rebecca, and some of the work that her organization has done. But that as we think about that cultural piece, right, both inside and outside government, because again, one of the things we've done a lot in Illinois is try to have collaborative tables inside and outside government to process data together. Are there other pieces you've learned that would help us as we think about the future of our culture in terms of using data?
I think the one thing I'd add is that in addition to sort of the not waiting for perfection and being willing to iterate, I think especially when we make decisions in collaboration with external partners or even across divisions in a large agency, when we make decisions about sort of how we're going to use the data or what level of error is acceptable, or what do we mean when we say extreme access deserts, that those things be documented, because those players are always changing, and having to bring up a new policy person or a new chair of an external advisory committee, having those sort of artifacts where it's clear that some decisions have already been made. There's always opportunity to revisit if those are problematic or the environment changes, but having, you know, all of those partnerships be well and decisions be well documented, I think is important.
It's a great point. Woody, Adrienne, anything to add?
No, I'd underscore what Vicky said about sort of the data governance pieces as being really, really important. And then also I think what Vicky said earlier about the relationships, like we get no data work done without the program folks sitting right beside us. And I think those relationships didn't start with, let me perform an analysis for you. They started with, what are the policies that are coming down the pike for you? What are the questions you think you'll want to be able to answer in the next 6 months or the next year? Or what are those like thorny things that you've always, thorny questions you've always wished you could answer? And can we help you dig in the data to help answer some of those? And like, it doesn't come from like, here's this cool data model we have, let's talk about how you can use it. It starts with sort of like, what are your greatest challenges, and how can we adapt this data model to be able to use it and apply it in ways that you're sort of interested in? And I think it just all starts with the relationships come first, and then the data support comes second.